The king in the north! The king in the north!
Yo, as always, like, share, subscribe. Now let's just get into it. For all the new people and all the people asking before, I got the merch. It's on my homepage on my channel. Check out the merch. Got a bunch of different stuff. The You Get Nothing, got some national championship type of stuff. Some other Michigan stuff that I thought was pretty cool. Just check it out. Check it out, man. Check it out. But this is it. This is the week. No matter what is going on, the records, the college football nationally, it don't matter. I don't like that team down south. And they don't like us. That's fine. That's good. So this is what it is. This is what we've been waiting for. I don't care what year it is or what's going on. This is the one right here. The best rivalry in sports. OSU, Michigan. Michigan, OSU. So I like to break this down in two segments. The Michigan defense, Ohio State offense, and then I'll do another video with Michigan's offense, Ohio State's defense, because it's just I get too emotional and it's too much talking. So I'm gonna start this one with the defense. Michigan's defense versus Ohio State's offense. Now, Michigan's defense, they started off the year slow. We all know that. Wink bringing his new scheme in, and the guys figuring it out. Like, if you would go back to the Texas game, you saw a lot of confusion, a lot of guys not knowing where they were supposed to be. Now, Ohio State does some of the same things that Texas does, but the thing is, Michigan's defense is more cohesive now. They kind of know what they're trying to do now most of the time. So you're not going to just make them confused off of something basic anymore. So to me, the game plan is always stop the run. And especially with a team like Ohio State. Slow down Quinshawn and Travion Henderson. Slow them down. You don't want them running wild, and then Will Howard can play action deep to Carnell Tate or J.J. Smith, or Buka or whoever. You don't want that. So you have to take away the run, make them one-dimensional, So that's the first thing. Now, doing that, you don't want to give up the pass. You want to try to stop their run with your front six, your front seven. That's how you want to stop. You don't want to add in your safeties into that. You want them still high. So if they do start matriculating down the field, it's slowly. So Ohio State is a team, and I know people are going to say, well, we're not that this year. Yeah, at your heart, you still are. They want to score fast. They still want to score fast. They don't want to bleed you out like that. Maybe sometimes, but that's not really what they want to do. And I know the Ohio State fans, yes, we do. No, you don't. Just stop. So you want them to bleed that clock out and slowly matriculate down the field if they actually move down the field. You want them to do it slowly so both teams can be eating up the clock and turn it into a lower scoring game, fewer possessions. So you don't want and I'm saying this because Wink might do some of this stuff. You want those safeties to be back still. You want them to be patient and have to consistently try to force feed the backs. That's what you want them to try to do. Then you stop it, and then they go to the throw game with Will Howard. Now, so you want to make them one-dimensional, stop the run, and then they have to put it on Will Howard, who's prone to making mistakes. I don't care what Garrison says. I don't care what Josh says. I don't care what Juck on Buck says. I don't care what Chris says. I don't care what Zach says. Watch the film. I've watched it. I don't care what you say. Will Howard has bonehead in him. That don't mean he still can't win this game. That don't mean OSU still can't win a championship. It don't mean they can't win the Big Ten or a national championship. He's still got bonehead mistakes that he makes consistently. He's got it in him. So you want to put the game on his shoulders to give yourself more opportunities for him to make bonehead mistakes because he's prone to doing it. Now, how are you want to do that? You don't want to blitz because you're putting your secondary in danger, basically. You want to be able to rush forward, whether that's with twists and stunts. Mason Graham, Kenneth Grant, Josiah Stewart, Derek Moore, TJ Guy, Rashawn Benny. All those guys, you want them to be able to wreak havoc and get after Will Howard. Now, when Will Howard sees pressure, sometimes he gets out of it. Other times, he's prone to trying to make a bonehead mistake, trying to do too much. Either way, you want to force him into that position to make a mistake. You want to force him into that, So that's just part of it. The big boys on the line, they have to play out of their minds. Ohio State has the shuffled offensive line a little bit with Seth McLaughlin getting hurt, Simmons being out for the year. So Mason Graham, Kenneth Grant, and all the boys that I just named, that defensive line, you got to wreak havoc. If the defensive line don't wreak havoc, Michigan don't got a chance anyway, honestly. So it's on them boys to wreak havoc and for Wink to also twist, stunt, give them help just in case they can't get pressure just rushing forward. Okay. You don't want to straight up rush them. Okay. That's not working because sometimes he does that. That's not working. Okay. Let me twist and stunt. Blitzing them should be the last thing that you really want to do because you don't have that good of success of the blitz actually getting there. So that's the last thing you really want to do. You rush forward. That don't work. Twist, stunt. Then if that doesn't work, now you blitz. And I'm hoping he just don't come out the gate blitzing. But what else? Now Ohio State runs a similar kind of offense. They do a lot of the sideways stuff too. Screens, hoping you make mistakes, hoping you don't get off your blocks, hoping you don't make good fundamentally sound tackles. So that's big. You have to tackle. You have to have strong fundamentally sound tackling. You have to gang tackle playing these dudes because they're hoping and betting on the fact that you're going to miss something, that you're going to take a bad angle. You're going to miss a tackle, and then they're going to turn that into extra yards. 20 to 20, I don't want to say but you can allow them, or they can move the ball 20 to 20. That's fine because they're eating up clock when they do, and they're not getting the touchdown. You want them to go 20 to 20. They get in the red zone and then force them to kick field goals. And Ryan Day, he'll get antsy and go for it on fourth. Now, our offense is not good. So I want them to be in fourth down situations where they're thinking of going for it. We need that possession. Go for it. Please. I need you to. So you can not get it, and then you get nothing, and we get an extra possession. So I need that. So this is a game where I'm not going to be like, oh, man, they're going for it on fourth. I'm thinking like, okay, good. Gives us a chance to not give up anything. Because this game gets to about 30, it's a wrap for us. Once it gets to high 20s, it's a wrap for us, But I've seen Ohio State's offense be shut down or be held in check. And for me, that's all I need to see. Some people, well, that was just one game. Well, that was just this. I don't want to hear no excuses. All I want to hear is I've seen it done. So the team, I can say, hey, look. Nebraska held them to 21. Wow. Nebraska? Penn State held them to 20. That's all I need, is to see somebody else do it. Because I know Michigan has enough talent on defense to do it too. Show up, Winky. So, Michigan's, and I'm not saying, when I say this, I'm not saying it's easy. What I'm saying is the proof is in the pudding. I've seen somebody do it. Don't try to act like y'all just so prolific when I seen somebody else hold you to 21, seen somebody else hold you to 20. That means it can be done with the right coaching and the right execution. I think a lot of Ohio State fans are thinking that they're going to start the game up 30-0 or something. No, you still got to go out there and execute to get them points. You don't just start with 25 off the bat. So I'm looking to see and hoping to see Wink continue the streak that's been going on of Ohio State not scoring 30 points against Michigan. It's been going for 3 years. What y'all scored last year? 24? 27 the year before and 23 the year before that, I believe. Keep it going. That's where you got to keep it. You got to keep them in the low 20s to have a chance. And if lower, if possible, if you can keep it lower than that, then go for it. But yeah, Michigan, keep them one-dimensional. You can give up big plays, just don't let them be big touchdown plays. That's the big thing. Because those are the type of plays that break your back, because they're just so, those big touchdown plays, they just feel themselves so much. They gain too much momentum off of them. So you want them to have to continue to have to execute, not execute for 2 plays and then it's a touchdown. You want them to have to execute for 10 plays, 15 plays, and then get in the red zone and they get nothing still. You just ran off 6-7 minutes off the clock and you didn't want to go for 3 and then you ended up with nothing. That's what it has to be. And I'm not saying this is going to be easy. I'm just saying what you got to do to try to win. So that's the thing. Now, what else? Will Howard in running the ball, Will Howard does, one thing that he does do nice is he when there is kind of a pass rush, he's good at escaping out of there when there's a pass rush, because he's a big dude. So if that happens and we're getting there, but he's making something happen with his legs, you may have to spy him with somebody. I'm not sure if I would want Barham to spy him. Yeah, Quinn Ewers Barham made Quinn Ewers look like Lamar Jackson, so I'm not sure if I want him to spy him. Yeah, it was earlier in the year, but it's still, that was the Quinn Ewers ain't mobile like that. But yeah, that's something else you got to watch for. The Michigan defense, this task isn't easy, but to me, it's no different from the years before. You can come out there with the same game plan pretty much. You got different parts, but it don't get harder than C.J. Stroud, Garrett Wilson, Olave, Njigba, Inebuka. It don't get harder than that. So to me, the job is still the same, and it's pretty much the same game plan as all those other games. Keep those safeties high, though. You got to keep those safeties high most of the time. If you do blitz, you got to blitz at the right time, or you can get burned. But for the most part, you want to keep them safeties high and force them to dink and dunk and keep forcing them to have to execute. Keep forcing them to have to execute. That's the hardest thing to do, is for a team to consistently have to just execute. So that's what you got to do. Stop the run, put the game on Will Howard's shoulders and force him to be great. Not good. Force him to be great. You know, I think the defense is at the point where they maybe can do that again. You know, I said the same thing against Texas. Force him to be great. The defense was so confused. But when I look at the game again, Quinn Ewers was great in that game. He was great. Now, our defense didn't make it that hard. They were so confused. But regardless, Quinn Ewers played great in that game. So the game plan is the same. You know, shut down that run and force Will Howard to be great. Not good. Not good. Not above average. Force him to be great. And if he can, we'll live with it. If he can't, we'll have a chance to win this game. You know? But I think that's about what I got for this one. You know, I just hope, before I get off, I'm not sure if Will Johnson, they haven't said that Will Johnson isn't going to play. I definitely need you. Hey, if you got one game left in you, trouble, we need it. We needed this one. We definitely need it, my brother. You know, I think because I think Sharon was saying Loveland isn't ruled out and Will isn't ruled out yet. So we need you, bro, for this one. We need you because Will Howard, best believe, he's dumb enough to throw a screen over there on your side. I guarantee he's dumb enough to do it. You know, and if he is, that's some free points for us, and we gonna need every one of them. You know, so I think let's hope Will plays. Hey, he can't hurt. He can't hurt us that much. Hey, whether he's rusty or not, you dumb enough to keep throwing at him, he gonna get that ball back to us. So, you know, I need that. But that's the thing. That's about all I got for this one, y'all. You know, the job ain't easy. It never is, though. When is it easy to play against the Ohio State offense? When is it easy? It ain't never easy, but you got blueprints of it being done. What more do you need? When you got a blueprint of of how to do it, what more do you need? Nebraska did it. Penn State did it. Hold them to the low 20s and give yourself a chance. The proof is in the pudding. We seen it. It ain't like they scoring 40 on everybody. We done seen somebody hold them down. So, hey, do it. Do it. That's all I got for this one, y'all. Like, share, hey, don't check out the merch. A lot of y'all ain't even checking it out. God, you ain't gonna check it out. That'd be wasting my time. I'm about to start. I'm buying the merch myself so I can show y'all. So if people want to see it, I'm buying it. Mine should be here in a couple weeks. So I'm buying it, and then people will be able to see like, oh, that looks dope. So just wait. I'm gonna have it, and then if it's dope and it's looking good, I might shut down the website and keep it all for myself. So yeah. So, y'all had a chance. Nah. Y'all had a chance to get the dope merch. It's all for me now. My own personal brand of clothing. But that's all I got for this. Like, share, subscribe, and as always, go blue.
It's great to be on this